Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on some fresh updates as usual. We are going to start with this report claiming that Barcelona young dwarf Francisco Trincao and Riqui could enter the Adama Traore swap deal with Wolverhampton Wanderers. We are going to be discussing much on that as we move ahead. Then secondly, we are going to be talking on this other transfer news claiming that Barcelona have presented 35 million euro offer for Leeds United winger Raphinha, and personal terms have finally been agreed. We are going to be discussing much on that as well. So guys, as we get right into it, please endeavor to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Give the video a like and make sure to watch the video right up to the very end. The idea behind Adama Traore's acquisition was to effectively replace Ousmane Dembele, who Barcelona expected to depart in the January transfer window. But with the Frenchman now jotting down a place in Xavi's starting 11, Traore's role has reduced to being a mere squad member, to say the very least. All this has culminated in a persuasive debate within the Barcelona hierarchy as to who should be retained between the two. The situation at Barca at this very moment is completely different to the one that was brewed in January. Given the obvious economic difficulties, the team can only retain one, and it goes without saying the player costing less will be preferred. Now, it's very much understood that the player, or let me say the team, is falling short on matching Dembele's demand, or should we say the Frenchman is yearning for a substantial appetite? In any case, the player has shown his worth and in some style, to be honest. Adama Traore, on the other hand, is someone who Barcelona likes, but as quoted by Sport, the team is certainly not willing to pay the initial agreed 30 million euros fee under any circumstances. His agent Josh Mendes has known this since January and is currently working on striking a deal that could potentially involve Francisco Trincao and Riqui. The primary option could directly see an exchange between Traore and Trincao, but this requires a lot of effort since the latter really hasn't adjusted to life in England. Then comes Riqui in the picture. There are sources that claim the young midfielder is wanted by Wolves, but nothing is advanced at the moment. And finally, there are many chances that Traore could in fact pen a new deal with Wolves altogether and could move to Barcelona again on a year-long loan. So it is rightly believed that Barcelona will not make the first move in Traore's situation, as there are still chances that Dembele could be retained. If that's the case, Traore will certainly not continue at the Camp Nou. Barcelona have been contemplating a lot on this Adama Traore's case. We can remember yesterday there were a lot of reports saying how Barca are not interested in paying that 30 million cash to Wolf, considering the financial position of the club, but rather maybe going for a player exchange. But from the look of things, Barca are still in a two-way traffic, because right now, Dembele's own situation is being talked about. The club is thinking thoroughly on what will happen in the summer. Dembele is one of the cores to this project that Xavi is building at the Camp Nou, and his situation is very, very complicated. Of course, Barca are waiting on what will happen because Barca can't make the first move. Barca is waiting to see if his agent will try to accept the offer, even though it's very unlikely. So there's that dilemma now. The club is just confused. So right now, there's no way that they will pay Adama Traore 30 million euros, except that Wolverhampton Wanderers accept that player exchange of Trincao, who is also playing at Wolf at the moment, or if Riqui enter the picture, all right, good and fine. The Barca will willingly accept such a deal because Adama Traore is a very, very good player. But in the case, just in the case, Ousmane Dembele leave as it has been expected, then Adama Traore will be so important to stay. That's why Barca right now, they cannot say they have decided on something yet about those two players. But with the likelihood of Dembele leaving, which is very high, then Barca will be hoping that a player exchange of Adama Traore with Riqui and Francisco Trincao will occur successfully, but fingers crossed to see what happens in the summer. Then on to the next story of discussion. Ousmane Dembele is set to leave Barcelona for free in the summer transfer window, and the club have chosen their ideal replacement for him in Leeds United Raphinha, according to Sport. Barca have already presented a €35 million offer to the Premier League outfit, and the negotiations have begun. Raphinha has already agreed to personal terms with Barca and will sign on a 5-year contract. In recent weeks, Barcelona's pursuit of Raphinha has caught fire, especially since the player's agent Deco is a team legend and currently works as a scout for the clubs in South America. The asking price for the winger, however, is expected to reduce significantly if Leeds United relegate to the Championship. As it stands, they're number 16 on the league table, just 7 points clear of the drop zone, but having played an extra game. Fabrizio Romano has reported that the Brazilian has a release clause in his contract of €25 million that will kick in only if Leeds United are relegated. With his contract set to expire in 2024, though it will not be surprising if the Lily Whites demand as much as €50 million for him in the summer. Chelsea and Liverpool were quoted with an interest as well, but the former are said to be out of the running due to the sanctions imposed on them by the British government. Raphinha has scored 9 goals and given 3 assists in the Premier League this season, while creating an incredible 9 big chances. Those are great stats there, when you consider a player playing for a team that have been struggling all season. Barcelona's interest in Raphinha have really been serious, Of course, he's a very good player, and with Xavi Hernandez and co, seeing that attribute, is very important, and it shows that something is in him, that if Xavi can utilize him, then Barca will reach a greater height. Of course, all this is because of Dembele's future. Dembele likely to leave than not leaving. So it's very important that Barca are preparing for life without the Frenchman next season. But now the problem comes with the price. Of course, as I've just been communicating about the €50 million in case Leeds United don't relegate, then Barca will suffer to pay that transfer fee. We know Barca are not strong financially, except they are relegated to the Championship, where that price tag will drop to 25 million, which I think Barca can afford that. But just see how things unfold. But from the look of things, the personal terms have been agreed. The player have agreed with Barca, so it's just left now for Leeds United to agree with FC Barcelona for the move to go through. And of course, not up to this point in time, there's no definitive price that Barca will pay, whatever, just to see how the season ends. If Leeds United stay in the Premier League, okay, that will be €50 million that possibly Leeds United might demand. But if Leeds United relegates to the Championship, then it will be a blessing for Barca, because Barca will pay cheaper than that. So callers, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you did enjoy the video, and also hope you did subscribe. If you haven't, please make sure to subscribe so you always stay up to date with the latest on FC Barcelona. Yeah, on Viva Barca. Until next time, bye bye.